Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video. And most people probably watch my channel probably know that I'm a big fan of Donny Cates' Venom. And recently, obviously, I brought the Venom bus written by him, and I'm probably going to grab the King in Black as a one-off read omnibus at some point, because I feel like that was I felt like it was a great event. I'm not sure. Sometimes Marvel events are either hit or miss. So when this was announced last year with the teasers and stuff, I was very excited for it. But not surprisingly, because it was around this sort of time that they started changing Hasbro in terms of the pricing. And the price was from some local retailers, etc., and Hasbro Pulse, etc., it was around 78 quid. Thanks Dylan Isaacs for reminding me of that, from a Marvel Legends UK group. Great group, by the way, if you're not joined. And it was, I think, about £92 in HMV. Bonkers pricing. I cancelled my pre-order, much to my dismay, because there was a few spider figures that I really liked last year that I really wanted, but I thought, do you know what, I've got X-Men, which is my main collection, I've got Power Rangers, and I was also doing Transformers at the same time. So I ended up cancelling. You know, we've still got to live in our sort of what we earn, I guess. So anyway, I was a little bit disappointed. However, something bizarre happened. Some of you may already know this. Something bizarre happened. Probably about, I feel like it was about three weeks ago. All of a sudden, there was like something about game. And all of a sudden, these figures that were ridiculously high were ridiculously low. And I pre-ordered this, you know, thinking that somebody would say, oh, wait a minute, there's a mistake and correct it, etc. However, it was on it. I got this set with delivery for £20. Absolute bonkers. And I think a couple of times since then, it's happened again with game. You know, I can't explain it. And even today, I bought, Buzzworthy Worlds Collide's Transformers set, which was like 80 to 90 quid when it was released. I got it for 44. I'm happy with that. I get to review some toys for a reasonable price. And this one shocked me the most, to be honest with you, because these are considered really expensive figures. I mean, they're still being sold at this price. So very surprising. I think the lowest I've seen it other than this was £65. I feel Comics and Cartels were doing that. Once again, a great team, and I usually order from them. So anyway, I've waffled on enough. It was greatly surprising, and keep an eye on it because it just pops up every now and then. Random, really weird. Anyway, you got this beautiful box art. This artwork is gorgeous. And on the side, even more beautiful artwork. And on the back, Marvel's Knull, I think I pronounced that right, and Venom. And if I haven't, well, I'm sorry. Celebrating 60 years of Spider-Man last year, which is great. And then you got a picture of the figures. So there is the box. Beautiful box. Nice and neat, environmentally friendly box. And then we've got the figures. So we've got, in fact, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Not too much because this is a tall figure. So we got Knull. There we go. And then we've got Venom. Please let me confirm, the skull is not from this pack. The skull is from the Age of Apocalypse. Funny enough. So we have a Knull here and we have a Venom. So I'm going to look at Knull first because I was very excited to see this figure. And just let me bring my light down. Here we go. And that face sculpt just looks creepy as hell. It's absolutely brilliant. It reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Do you remember that episode? Well, if you've watched it, of course, the episode with the gentleman, and they would come around town, and then they would just, they'd take your hearts. And then there was another one in season 2 where she was in hospital, fevered up, and there was a monster. But this just reminds me of that gentleman episode. It looks very, very cool. It has some really nice hair. He's a nice, decent size. I feel like he's probably maybe about 7 inches. So he's a nice size, and he should be bigger than Venom, because he's meant to be way creepier. And then you can see on here, he's got all these little whiffs and stuff, and he's got sort of armor here with this, which is sort of like the Venom sign. If you look back there, so it's quite interesting in that as well. And he is the god of symbiotes, and he has this amazing sword, which looks absolutely brilliant. Just look at that. He's got all sorts. Is it made out of symbiotes? I can't remember. And this is the one that Gore, if I remember correctly, Gore in 4, actually, he steals this sword because this dude is sort of, he's not killed, he's sort of incapacitated. I can't remember. Anyway, and he uses this sword to go hunting gods, if I remember correctly. I could be talking rubbish, but that's how I remember it. So anyway, so let's have a look at articulation. Oh man, that's beautiful head sculpt. Oh goodness, I'm not even saying stuff. If you like my crap, please subscribe before you ditch off. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement. The hair sort of restricts it. The arm, this bit moves with the whole thing, which is kind of cool. Let me move that. It sort of moves there, but it sort of gets stuck there. So you got to be careful and just remember when you're rotating it, just be careful of that piece there. The arm can go up. There is a swivel there. There is double on the elbow. And then he has a hand that moves up and down and swivels around, which is great. There is an ab crunch because he's got this armor here. It's a little bit flexy there, which is cool. Just be careful of that. There is a swivel on the waist. Sorry if that's in shot. You can sort of do a little bit of splits. There's a swivel on the thigh. I just love how his body just looks like it's made up of symbiotes. And then there is not a turn there, which is disappointing. A lefty, a righty, an upsy, and a downsy. So there we go. There he is in all his articulated glory. And this is usual articulation stuff that we would expect from a figure. Now, he does come with another head, which just looks like, well, it just looks like he's unimpressed, to be honest with you. But it's very, very cool. Nice, maybe, no, you could consider that quite creepy. But not as creepy as the one with teeth. The teeth looks absolutely amazing. So next up, we have Venom. And this Venom does look very, very tool. He looks tool. He's not a tool. He looks tool. Oh my goodness. That's just pure bad pronunciation. So there we go. Let's move that in a little bit. Get that a little bit better. So he is taller than usual, which is kind of cool as well because I want him kind of tall. But is he as tall as Knull? No. Knull is just, actually no, maybe just slightly. Let's just do that. Yeah, he is taller. This sort of hunches down a bit, which is cool. Now, look at that mouthpiece. That is some very, very cool stuff. I was always a big fan of Venom, etc. Firstly, let me apologize. I had to drop off the call. I really cannot remember where I was, but I think I was saying how much I loved how Venom looked, especially in the animated show. And this is just a very, very cool take on that face. I love the fact that the gums go even further up the head because that would have just been sort of black in the past. Then you have this beautiful, beautiful white spider on there, which is very, very nice. And when Eddie Brock formed with the symbiote, this was sort of what he knew. He knew that the spider suit was important, and it sort of made it a little bit better. And then you've got open feet, which I thought was a bit weird, if I'm being honest with you. Nice buttocks. And then you've got these 2 holes here, which will be pivotal to Eddie Brock's one of his changes in this run, where when he links with the Grendelin, if I remember rightly, I probably pronounced that incorrectly, he ends up being able to create wings. Now, You put the wings in there, very nice and simple. However, it is a bit tight, so I suggest you use a hairdryer to get them in place. And I will put them on, I promise, before the end of the review. But I just wanted to do that quickly, just to show you how they go in, and just to recommend just gently use the hairdryer so it's a bit softer and it slots hopefully in. So in terms of articulation, this one is much easier than Knull. Head up, head down. We got full 360 on the arm up. There is slight movement there. Yeah, I've got to really push it. Movement there for definite. Double on the arm. Just be careful. I felt like I almost done that in. Spinny Winnie. And then a little upsy, a little downsy. We got a crunchy on the herb. But the movement is all up there. Nothing down there, which is a shame. And we got a thigh swivel. He can almost do the splits, which is cool because you want him in lots of decent poses. Swivel there on the thigh. Everyone likes a thigh. Then you got a double joint on the leg. Lefty, rightsy, upsy, downsy. Very cool. Now I guess, and this is me being pedantic, I guess my biggest gripe with this figure is that he does not come with an Eddie head, which I find bizarre. I would have loved Eddie with a massive beard to go with this. So that bit's a little bit disappointing. And like I said, towards the end, I will put the wings on and show you that with him. He also comes with 2 hands, so if you want him, you know, spin and web, you can do. And then just a normal grin face, which once again looks very cool. And I will try and put that on towards the end of the review. So very cool. In fact, I feel like I've almost done, yeah, I've done pretty much 90% of the review. So I'm actually not very far away. So the Eddie head is a little bit irritating, if I'm being honest with you. Not impressed with that. But other than that, this is a pretty darn cool set. And I absolutely love it. Okay, so here they are with their wings and alternative heads on. I was going to put the head on it, but I'll be honest with you, it's nothing special. So the head looks very, very nice. It also reminds me of anybody who's watched Game of Thrones, the White Walkers. You know, this easily could be a mold that they could use for that if they ever branched into that world. So I wanted to, in particular, very carefully look at Venom. I'm just conscious that these wings could pop off at any time. The wings are massive. Now, when I first got them, I thought, well, that's Sauron's wings, but I'm not even sure if that. They feel a little bit bigger, if I'm being honest with you. I haven't got Sauron out of the package. I probably should have. I probably should have done a comparison. You know, when I say I should have done something, I end up running off into something that, yeah, I really should have done it. I really should have had Sauron prepared for this video, because I really did think about the wingspan when I was looking at this. And you can certainly see it is almost there in par. It does certainly feel like that. And maybe it's this part here that makes it bigger and a little bit more structured there. But Sauron's still one of my favorite Marvel Legends builder figure for X-Men. Fantastic figure. But I feel like they could... Oh, I just dropped him. Anyway, I would have really loved them to... Sauron to be given this treatment. But the difference is the wings are on his arms rather than on the backs like Venom. And these just really cool, look really cool. And like I said, I used a hairdryer to pop these in very nicely. I still feel like they could pop out, but these have stayed in for the last few minutes quite comfortably, I may add, considering they are up very high. This one seems to have slanted slightly. And then you can move them down, but you can see that's starting to droop now. Yep, there we go. It's just dropped out. But I'm comfortable with that. They are beautiful. That is a massive piece of wing. And then just to, you know, I can bring in Sauron again. You can see that is a bigger piece than the Sauron wing. I hope you saw that. So, yeah, brilliant figures. I mean, do I think they are worth the original price? Hell no. That's why I didn't spend that money. But I tell you what, if this was an X-Men set, I would have probably spent the money but because it was Spider-Man, even though I really wanted it, I thought I don't have to buy that. And I managed to restrain myself because I almost did buy it. So am I glad that somebody at game either messed up or they actually wanted to sell them at this price. They wanted them gone, perhaps. Maybe they were not good for their stock control. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think I ever saw them advertised before that. But anyway, it's a great set, a lovely set. If you can get it for the price that I paid for it, fantastic, I tell you, fantastic. But if you really like Spider-Man, Venom, you like Knull, you like all that stuff, this is still a set to get, regardless. But try and wait for the right moment, I think, if you can. But other than that, I still think do it because it is beautiful. I mean, this, you could imagine, this would be a Build-A-Figure. Easily, they could have done this as a Build-A-Figure, and this is almost as tall as this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love that Monster Venom for a few years, but that's more based on Gargan's Venom than Eddie's. And then the biggest letdown, I mean, we may have got amazing wings to complement the storyline this Venom's based on, but we should have had that Eddie Brock head, in my mind. I'm not sure what they were thinking. Anyway, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. We appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.